Please join us in singing our opening hymn, From This Bright Hour. From this bright hour and days to come, as we have gathered into one, open the gates and the light will shine all around. Let there be light. Wounds of the world begin to heal as peace with justice is made real. Open the gates and the light will shine all around. Let there be light. All are welcome, all invited, with open hearts and open minds. In our living, in our learning, may we always be searching for truth and light. Now is the hour, join in the song, here in this place where we belong. Open the gates and the light will shine all around. Let there be light.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to family worship at First Unitarian Church here in Portland, Oregon, where our mission is to nurture the individual spirit and together to build the beloved community. I'm so glad you are with us this morning. Today in the sanctuary service, we will be doing Celebration Sunday, when we celebrate our giving that makes all that this church does possible. For just a few weeks each fall, we focus our attention on support for this church and set goals that will allow this community to live out its mission in our own lives and in our world. Our theme this year is Meeting the New Day. This is a new day in so many ways for our church. Last Sunday, adults regathered in person for worship in our sanctuary, and our older vaccinated youth regathered as well. These last many months have not been an easy time for any of us, and that has been especially so for our families. But we hope that step by step we are coming back together as one community. Now the church is asking for our commitment and for our support. The bottom line is to remember what this community means in our lives, in each of our lives, and what we can accomplish together. I hope you will make a commitment. You'll see a link to a pledge form to offer your support at the end of our service this morning. The work of building and working towards beloved community asks all of us to make the contributions that we can. Please join me in this effort. I will light the chalice here in the chapel this morning, and I invite you to light a chalice now if you have one at home with you. We are Unitarian Universalists. We light this chalice in faith, in hope, and in love. Words of Jonathan Potter, Every Child's Place. Above the trees, the sky is bright, the sunny day, the starry night. Around the world, the children play. Their minds are bright both night and day. Sometimes we dream, sometimes we sing. We each have gifts that we can bring. Our hearts fill up with love and peace. Breathe in, breathe out, let love increase. This place is ours, our roots grow deep, our arms reach out to give and keep. Sometimes we bend, sometimes we fall, but helping hands help us stand tall. And we in turn will help our friends. The circle turns, it never ends. Come now and let us worship here together. The story I'd like to share with you today is called Last Stop on Market Street. Words by Matt de la Pena and pictures by Christian Robinson. This month our theme is gratitude, and this story is about noticing the many things that we have to be grateful for if we just pay attention to what is right around us. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus in all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but never saw a straw. From the bus stop, he watched water pool in flower petals, watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a big smile and a "good afternoon." She made sure CJ did the same. The bus lurched forward and stopped, lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ said. "Miguel and Colby, they never have to go nowhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. "Some people watch the world through their ears." "That's a fact. Their noses too," the man said, sniffing at the air. "That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am." Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in back. "Sure wish I had one of those," he said. Nana set down her knitting. "What for? You got the real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song?" CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. "To feel the magic of music," the blind man whispered, "I like to close my eyes." Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in the back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. "Last stop on Market Street," Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. "How come it's always so dirty over here?" She smiled and she pointed to the sky. "Sometimes when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful." CJ saw the perfect rainbow arcing over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beauty where he never even thought to look. He looked all around them again, at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, "I'm glad we came." He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, "Me too, CJ. Come on." Thanks for listening to the story this morning.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the sun in the sky. Thanks a lot. Thanks for clouds so high. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the whispering wind. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the birds in the spring. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the moonlit night. lot. Thanks for the way I feel. Thanks for the animals. Thanks for the land. Thanks for the people everywhere. Thanks a lot. Thanks for all I've got. Thanks for all I've got.
Today, we are going to practice a senses meditation. Remember how CJ's grandmother helped him notice all of the beauty around him and appreciate the moment? This senses meditation is a way that we can practice this too. So first, I want you to get comfortable. If you're sitting down, maybe you want to cross your legs or put your feet firmly on the ground. Maybe you even want to lie down, but just get in a comfortable position. And we're going to start by closing our eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. So breathe in and out, in and out, in and out. And we're going to keep our eyes closed, if that's comfortable for you. And we're going to start to pay attention to our other senses. We're going to start with our ears, with hearing. So I want you to notice, what are some sounds that you hear? Well, I'm sure you hear my voice, but what are some sounds around you? Are there machines buzzing or cars going outside or someone else in the room with you whose breath you can hear? Try to notice everything around you that you can hear. Focus on these sounds. What is their texture? What is it like to really hear them? And now we'll do smell. Is there anything you can smell? Maybe there's a strong smell or a really faint smell. But what is that like? What is it like to really pay attention to what our noses are noticing? And taste. Taste is a really important sense too. It's how we enjoy our food. It brings a lot of memories with it. Is there anything you taste right now? And the sense of touch. I'm sure there's a lot that you can touch. You can feel your bottom in your seat. You can feel your clothes on your skin. Maybe your hands are touching like mine, and you can feel your hands on each other. What else can you feel? And now I want you to slowly open your eyes so you can think about what you see. We closed our eyes to focus on the other senses because the eyes say so much. I'm sure that there's so much you can see just by looking in front of you. What is it like to pay attention and try to notice an object, one object, and what is a detail you can notice? Can you notice every detail about one object, maybe that you usually overlook? And now we're waking up from our meditation. I ask you to close with me by taking 3 more deep breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. And you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and move around after sitting in that position for so long. And I want you to think about everything that you noticed. And when you go through your day, when you ride the bus like CJ and his grandmother, or spend time with your family, your friends, can you notice all of these senses and pay attention to what's around you? This is a meditation you can do anytime. You don't have to sit still and close your eyes to notice what's around you and notice what your senses have to tell you. Thank you.
As you go into the week, remember to give thanks for the people in your life and for all that they give you. This is the day we've been given. Let us rejoice in it and be glad. Go in peace. Practice love. Amen.
Please join us in singing our closing hymn, As You Go. We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life, we hold you in our love as you go. We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark